Good morning, and welcome to Beyond Light. What if, this very morning, you could invite a profound peace to settle gently within your heart, a peace so deep and abiding that it quietly reshapes your entire day? Imagine waking not to the clamor of worry or the restless stirrings of anxiety, but to a stillness that feels like a calm lake reflecting the first light of dawn. It is here, in this sacred moment of awakening, that you have a choice. Will you allow the noise of the world to flood your thoughts, or will you open your heart and let the peace of God be your refuge? Each day, as the sun rises, so too does the opportunity to start fresh. Yet, how often do we find ourselves caught in a whirlwind of fears and what-ifs before our feet even touch the floor? The morning can be a battleground of emotions, a silent struggle between the burdens we carry and the peace that longs to embrace us. But what if we paused just long enough to invite God's presence into that very moment? What if the first breath you took was a prayer, a deliberate turning of your heart toward Him who is the source of all comfort and strength? Consider your heart as a vessel, empty and waiting, ready to be filled with something far more sustaining than the fleeting promises of the day. Like a cup lifted to receive fresh water, your soul longs to be replenished with the peace that surpasses all understanding. This peace is not merely the absence of trouble. It is a presenza divine calm that steadies the soul amidst life's uncertainties. It is a quiet assurance that no matter what challenges lie ahead, you will not face them alone. The morning mind often races ahead, swirling with tasks, worries, and plans. Yet what if you allowed it to become like a still lake, mirroring the gentle light of God's presence? When the heart embraces this stillness, the chaos of anxious thoughts begins to dissolve. The peace that God offers is like a gentle rain, refreshing the parched places within, coaxing new life and hope to grow. It is this peace that renews your strength and steadies your spirit for the journey before you. There is a sacred invitation here, a call to choose peace as the foundation of your day. Not peace that depends on circumstances, but a steadfast peace grounded in the eternal love and faithfulness of God. Your heart is invited to become a sanctuary where His presence dwells, a refuge from the storms that rage outside. What if you greeted the morning with a quiet surrender, offering your worries and fears into His hands and receiving in return the calm assurance that He is near? This is not a distant ideal, but a present reality waiting for you to embrace. The stillness of the dawn can become your sacred space, the moment when you set your gaze on the one who holds all things together. What would it mean for your heart, your mind, your very soul, to begin each day with this intentional act of faith? To say, "Come weary, come burdened, come open," and to receive the peace that only He can give? Perhaps you have felt the weight of the world pressing heavily upon you, the relentless pull of anxiety threatening to steal your joy before the day has even begun. You are not alone. Yet here is the promise. God's peace is not reserved for the perfect or the strong. It is freely given to those who come as they are tired, worn, uncertain, but willing to surrender all into His care. What if this morning you made the choice to lay down your burdens at His feet and let His peace wash over you like a healing balm? Let your heart be the first place where God's peace finds a home today. Imagine this peace as a gentle light, spreading warmth through every anxious thought and restless feeling. It is a light that shines not because the world is without trouble, but because the one who holds the universe also holds you. What if you could carry this light with you, a quiet assurance that no matter what unfolds, God's peace remains your steady guide? As the sun climbs higher, the demands of the day will come. But the foundation you have laid in the morning, this sacred choice to invite God's peace, will sustain you. It is the quiet strength beneath your every step, the calm breath that steadies your racing heart. The peace of God is a gift, offered freely, waiting only for you to receive it. So, this morning, before the noise of the day begins, pause with me. Breathe in deeply and imagine your heart as a vessel, open and ready. Let the stillness of the dawn invite you into a sacred space where God's peace can dwell. Will you choose to start your day not with worry, but with a whispered prayer of surrender? Will you let go of the chaos and invite His calm to reign within? Come weary, come burdened, come open. The peace of God is ready to fill you, to steady your soul, and to renew your strength for all that lies ahead. Let this be your heart's first breath, a quiet offering of trust and hope. The day may be uncertain, but His peace is sure. Let it be your refuge, your anchor, your song. What if, from this moment onward, you carried this peace like a treasure, a sacred flame held close? What if this choice to invite God's peace each morning became a habita sacred rhythm that transforms not just your days but your very life? Here, in this simple, intentional act, lies a pathway to a heart that is calm, steady, and filled with hope. So I ask you once more, will you open your heart this morning? Will you welcome the peace that waits patiently to enter and abide? What if this single choice could change everything? The peace of God is here. Will you receive it? Close your eyes for a moment and picture your heart as a vessel, not just any vessel, but one crafted with care, designed to hold the most precious of gifts. It is empty now, waiting not hollow, but expectant, ready to be filled with the living water of God's peace. This vessel, your heart, is like a cup lifted beneath the gentle rain, thirsting for the refreshment that only He can provide. Can you feel the quiet anticipation, the sacred readiness to receive His calming presence? It is a profound image, one that invites you to trust in the mysterious yet tender ways God fills the soul. Now, envision your mind as a still lake at dawn. The surface is smooth, untouched by wind or ripple, reflecting the soft golden hues of morning light. This lake, your mind, longs for tranquility, a mirror for the peace that God gently pours into your life. When the heart and mind align in this stillness, the chaos and noise that often cloud our thoughts begin to fade. The peace of God settles like a gentle mist, enveloping every anxious worry, every restless fear, transforming them into calm assurance. The image of that still lake reminds us that peace is not found in the absence of storms, but in the presence of a steady hand guiding us through them. Think of peace as rain, soft and persistent, falling upon dry and weary soil. It seeps deep into the heart's crevices, refreshing and renewing the soul with quiet strength. This rain does not flood or overwhelm. Instead, it nurtures growth, bringing forth new life and hope where there once was only drought. The peace of God is like this rain, gentle, restorative, and life-giving. In the midst of the struggles and uncertainties of life, this peace is a quiet whisper, a steady comfort that renews your inner spirit and fills you with courage to face the day ahead. Let these images wash over you, your heart, the vessel, your mind, the still lake, God's peace, the gentle rain. Together, they paint a picture of what it means to be filled, to be renewed, and to be sustained by the divine. This is no abstract idea or distant dream, but a living reality available to you now. It is the spiritual refreshment that sustains not only your body but your very soul, empowering you to walk through life's challenges with a steady and confident step. As you hold these images in your heart, consider the power they carry. The vessel that is your heart is not meant to remain empty or weighed down by fear and worry. It is designed to be filled with God's peace, to overflow with hope and calm. The still lake of your mind is not meant to be tossed by anxiety or fear, but to mirror the serenity of God's presence, reflecting His light and truth. The gentle rain of peace is not a fleeting moment, but a constant source of renewal, inviting you to grow in grace, patience, and strength. This is the invitation extended to you each morning, to enter into a sacred space where these metaphors come alive, to open your heart like a vessel ready to receive, to quiet your mind like a lake at dawn, and to welcome the gentle rain of God's peace that refreshes and restores. What if you made this your daily practice, this deliberate act of opening and receiving? How might your days change if you began each morning with this sacred imagery in your heart, allowing it to shape your outlook, your emotions, your very being? Imagine the transformation that could take place. Instead of waking to a rush of anxious thoughts, you greet the day with a heart open and a mind calm. Instead of carrying burdens you were never meant to bear alone, you stand firmly rooted in the peace that God freely gives. This peace becomes your shield, your sanctuary, your source of strength. It is the quiet power that sustains you, the steady light that guides your path amid uncertainty. These metaphors are not just poetic images, they are spiritual truths meant to be lived and experienced. The vessel, the lake, the rain, they speak of a divine care that is tender and personal. God's peace is not distant or abstract. It is as close as the breath you take, as near as the beat of your own heart. It is a presence that fills you, surrounds you, and flows through you, carrying you gently through the trials and triumphs of life. So as you carry on with your day, return often to these images. Let your heart remember the vessel ready to be filled. Let your mind recall the still lake reflecting God's light. Let your soul feel the gentle rain that renews and sustains. These are not just moments of reflection, but invitations to a deeper reality, to a life lived in the peace of God, a peace that surpasses all understanding and guards your heart and mind. Come weary, come burdened, come open. Let the vessel of your heart be filled. Let the lake of your mind be stilled. Let the rain of God's peace fall softly upon you. This is your sacred space, your refuge, your renewal. Embrace it fully, receive it deeply, and let it carry you forward with grace and strength. Have you ever paused to consider the profound promise nestled within the pages of Scripture that there is a peace given to you by God which surpasses all understanding? This peace is not something you stumble upon by chance or earn through effort. It is a divine gift, freely offered to every heart willing to receive. Philippians 4:7 whispers to us this sacred truth. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Imagine a peace so powerful, so complete, that it guards and shelters your innermost being like a fortress against the storms of life. This peace is not a fragile feeling that can be easily shattered by circumstances. It is a stronghold planted deep within your soul, rooted in the unchanging character of God Himself. When life's tempests rage, when worries threaten to overwhelm and anxiety tries to take hold, this peace is your refuge, your safe harbor. It is the divine presence that steadies your heart and calms your mind, anchoring you securely in God's love. Jesus, in His tender wisdom, spoke these words to His disciples in John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Here is a peace, unlike any the world can offer, not dependent on external conditions or fleeting moments of happiness, but a peace that flows from the very heart of God. It is a peace that whispers courage to your soul and casts out fear with the light of hope. Isaiah 26:3 further assures us, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." This steadfastness is not a call to rigid control or self-reliance, but an invitation to trust, a trusting that says, "I will lean on you, God, even when the path is unclear." The peace that God promises is not the absence of challenge, but the presence of His faithful care, holding you steady when the ground beneath feels unsteady. How often do we try to manufacture peace on our own, grasping for fleeting moments of calm in a restless world? Yet God's peace is not something we achieve, it is something we receive. It is a gift offered to us in the quiet moments of prayer, the surrender of our worries, and the trusting gaze turned heavenward. It is the stillness that comes when we cease striving and begin resting in His promises. Consider the power of prayer as a conduit for this peace. When you bring your anxieties, your fears, and your hopes before God, you open the door for His peace to enter. Philippians encourages us to present every request to God with thanksgiving, promising that His peace will guard our hearts and minds. Prayer becomes not just a ritual, but a sacred exchange, the laying down of burdens and the lifting up of hope. What if each morning, as you rise, you offered your day to God in this way, inviting His peace to take root within you? This peace is a fortress, yes, but also a gentle comfort. It wraps around you like a warm embrace, reassuring and renewing. It is the quiet voice that says, "I am with you." It is the inner calm that remains even when the outer world is turbulent. Trusting God's promises anchors your heart in this peace, making it your firm foundation amid shifting circumstances. Let the scriptures be your anchor today. Let the words of Philippians, John, and Isaiah echo in your heart as a reminder that God's peace is real, accessible, and powerful. It is not a distant ideal but a present reality, waiting for you to embrace it fully. When you feel overwhelmed, remember that the peace of God is a shield around your heart and mind, guarding you with divine strength. What if you made it your daily practice to lean into these promises, to whisper them softly as a prayer, to carry them like a treasured lamp lighting your path? As you meditate on these truths, the peace of God begins to transform your inner landscape. Worries lose their grip, fears are gently displaced, and your heart finds rest in the faithful love of the one who holds all things together. This peace invites you to walk each day not just enduring the challenges but overcoming them, not just facing the storms but standing firm in the calm assurance of God's presence. It is a peace that empowers you to move forward with confidence, knowing that you are never alone. His peace is a gift to be received, a strength to be embraced, and a refuge to be cherished. So as you continue this journey, let the Word of God be your foundation. Let His promises be the melody that soothes your soul and the anchor that steadies your heart. Receive freely this peace that transcends understanding, and let it guard your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. It is a peace that changes everything: your perspective, your emotions, your very life. Will you receive it today? As you stand at this crossroads of your heart, I invite you to take a momenta sacred poseto, consciously invite God's peace into your life. Not as a fleeting thought, but as a deliberate act of faith, a prayerful turning of your soul toward the one who longs to comfort and strengthen you. What burdens are you carrying today? What worries whisper in the quiet corners of your mind, threatening to steal your joy before the day has even begun? Bring them now before God. Lay them gently at His feet, knowing that He is ready to receive them, ready to replace your anxiety with His peace. This invitation is not a mere suggestion, but a profound call to surrender, to release your hold on the restless fears and uncertain futures that weigh heavily upon you. It is a call to trust deeply, fully, and without reservation that God's peace is greater than any trial you face. When you open your heart in this way, you make room for the divine presence to enter, to fill the empty spaces with calm assurance and gentle strength. Reflection is a powerful tool in this sacred exchange. As you consider the areas of your life where unrest lingers, ask yourself, what am I holding on to that I can surrender to God? What fears, doubts, or anxieties need to be released? This is not a moment for judgment or self-condemnation, but for honest vulnerability before your Creator. In this openness, peace begins to take root, growing stronger with each breath of trust and each whispered prayer. Imagine your worries as stones you carry each day. Some are small and light, others heavy and burdensome. What if, today, you set these stones down? What if you offered them to God, trusting that He will carry them for you? This act of surrender is not weakness, but profound strength, recognition that you are not meant to bear these burdens alone. God invites you to trade your heavy load for His yoke, which is easy and light. Matthew 11:30. Making this invitation a daily habit transforms your spiritual life. It becomes a sacred rhythm, a morning ritual of peace that sets the tone for every hour that follows. When you begin your day with prayerful surrender, you align your heart with God's promises and open yourself to His guidance. This habit cultivates resilience, enabling you to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and confidence. Let your morning prayer be simple yet profound. Lord, I surrender my worries to you. Fill my heart with your peace. Strengthen me to face this day with faith and courage. Speak these words slowly, allowing their meaning to seep deep into your soul. Feel the weight of your burdens lifting, replaced by the gentle presence of God's comfort. This practice is a sacred dialogue between you and God, conversation that invites healing, renewal, and transformation. It is in these moments of prayer that you find the courage to face your challenges, not with fear, but with trust, not with despair, but with hope. Each time you choose to surrender, you open the door wider for God's peace to flood your heart, renewing your spirit and strengthening your resolve. Remember, this peace is not a fleeting feeling dependent on circumstances. It is a deep, abiding presence that sustains you even when life feels uncertain or overwhelming. It is the stillness in the storm, the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are held by a love that never fails. When you make a habit of inviting this peace daily, you cultivate an inner sanctuary, a holy space where God's comfort dwells and where your spirit finds rest. So I encourage you, begin today to nurture this sacred habit. Let the first moments of your morning be a time of intentional surrender and prayer. Invite God's peace to fill your heart, to calm your mind, and to renew your strength. As you do, you will discover a source of comfort deeper than any trial, a wellspring of strength that carries you through every challenge. Come weary, come burdened, come open. Bring your anxieties, your fears, your hopes, and your dreams. Lay them before God in prayer, and receive His peace in return. Let this daily practice become your refuge, your anchor, your source of renewal. In this sacred exchange, you will find not only comfort but transformation, a heart made whole, a spirit made strong, a life made new. What if, from this moment forward, you embraced this invitation each day? What if you chose not to carry your burdens alone but to surrender them to the one who loves you beyond measure? The peace of God is waiting. Will you receive it? What if you made morning prayer not just a fleeting thought, but a sacred habit, a deliberate act of opening your heart to God's peace before the day unfolds? Imagine beginning each day with a quiet moment, a breath drawn slowly in the stillness, inviting the presence of the Almighty to fill you with strength and calm. This habit, small yet profound, can transform not only your mornings but the very rhythm of your life. In the early light, as the world stirs awake, you have a precious opportunity to pause, to pray, to receive. When you cultivate this practice, it becomes a spiritual anchor, grounding you in the unshakable truth of God's love and faithfulness. The morning prayer is not just a ritual. It is a powerful declaration that you will not face the day alone. It is a commitment to start each day in God's presence, inviting His peace to be your guide and strength. This intentional moment of prayer opens the door for God's peace to enter deeply into your heart. It prepares you to meet the challenges ahead with courage and grace. When the noise and busyness threaten to overwhelm, this sacred habit recalls you to the stillness of God's presence, reminding you that His strength is made perfect in your weakness. 2 Corinthians 12. Think of morning prayer as an invitation to receive a divine gift, the peace that surpasses all understanding. It is a gift that does not depend on your circumstances or your own strength, but flows from the limitless well of God's grace. Each time you open your heart in prayer, you are saying, "Lord, I need you. Fill me with your peace. Equip me to walk through this day with faith." This simple act nurtures a deep trust, a reliance on God that grows stronger with each passing morning. When you make this a habit, prayer becomes a lifeline throughout your day. It is the first breath you take in the morning, setting the tone for everything that follows. It is the refuge you return to when stress or fear creep in. It is the quiet voice reminding you that you are held, that you are loved, and that you are never alone. This rhythm of prayer and peace forms a foundation that supports your spirit, strengthens your resolve, and renews your hope. You may wonder, what if I miss a morning? What if the day is too busy or my heart too heavy? Be gentle with yourself. The habit of morning prayer is not about perfection but persistence. It is about returning again and again to the sacred space where God's peace dwells. Even a brief whispered prayer, a sigh of surrender is enough to invite His presence and renew your strength. As you cultivate this habit, watch how your heart begins to change. You will notice a growing sense of calm in the face of uncertainty, a quiet confidence when challenges arise. The peace of God becomes more than a concept. It becomes a living reality within you. You begin not just to endure the day, but to walk in His peace, carrying with you a light that shines even in the darkest moments. This morning discipline also invites you into a deeper relationship with God. It is a time to listen as well as to speak, to open your heart to His guidance and comfort. In the stillness, you may hear the gentle whisper of His love, the encouragement to keep going, the assurance that He is with you always. This prayerful habit draws you closer to the heart of God, transforming your mornings into a sacred encounter that shapes your entire life. So I encourage you, make morning prayer your sacred habit. Begin each day by inviting God's peace to fill your heart. Let this intentional act become the foundation of your Daya moment of stillness that prepares you for whatever lies ahead. As you do, you will find strength renewed, hope restored, and a peace that carries you through every challenge. Come weary, come burdened, come open. Let morning prayer be your refuge, your strength, your renewal. Let it be the sacred rhythm that anchors your soul and fills you with the peace of God. In this habit, you will discover a wellspring of comfort and courage, a source of grace that sustains you all day long. What if today, right now, you began this habit? What if you chose to meet each morning with a heart open to God's peace, ready to receive His strength? The journey may not always be easy, but with each prayer, you are drawing closer to the one who holds you in His loving hands. Will you take this step? Will you embrace the sacred rhythm of morning prayer and trust in the peace that only He can give? As you stand on the threshold of this new day, take heart in this truth. God's peace is not a distant hope reserved for another time or a select few. It is here, now, available to every soul willing to seek it. The peace of God is an ever-present refuge, a sanctuary into which you can step at any moment, no matter how heavy your burdens, how weary your spirit, how uncertain your path. This peace is a gift, freely given, waiting only for your open hands and willing heart. Imagine joining a community, a family of believers who walk this journey together, encouraging one another to rest in God's peace. Here, you are not alone. Together, you lift each other up in prayer, share the burdens that weigh heavily, and celebrate the victories that come from trusting God's faithfulness. This fellowship becomes a source of strength, a living testimony that God's peace is alive and active, working through the hearts of His people. There is power in shared faith, in the knowing that others stand with you, praying, hoping, believing. When anxiety threatens to isolate you, remember this community. When doubt clouds your mind, recall their voices joined in prayer. In the embrace of this collective peace, your spirit finds renewal and courage. You are held not just by God's peace, but by the love and support of those who walk beside you. Begin each day with this shared hope, this sacred invitation to live in the peace of God. Let it be the foundation on which you build your life, the steady rock beneath your feet when the world sways and shifts. The peace of God is not a fleeting feeling, but a lasting presence that sustains you, strengthens you, and transforms you. As you embrace this peace, you will find a resilience rising within, a quiet strength that carries you through challenges and trials. You will discover that resting in God's peace is not passive resignation but active trust. It is choosing to release control, to surrender fears, and to stand firm in the assurance of His love. This peace empowers you to face each day not just enduring, but overcoming, not just surviving, but thriving. So I invite you now, step into this peace with confidence. Join the community of believers who walk this path together, supporting one another through prayer and encouragement. Let God's peace be your guiding force, your refuge, your strength. Begin each day with a heart open to receive, and watch how your life is transformed by the gentle power of His presence. Come weary, come burdened, come open. The peace of God is waiting to fill you, to steady you, to renew you. It is a gift for today and every day, a promise that no matter what comes, you are held, you are loved, and you are never alone. Let this peace be your portion now and forever, as you journey forward in faith, hope, and love. I rest in Him. I rest in Him. I rest in Him. May you too find your rest in the everlasting peace of God. Amen.